Hey traders, Jason here with a Day Trading Fearless. Welcome back to my channel. In this video, I want to go over some trade idea setups that happened today that hopefully you guys could kind of learn, take away some education from this video of ways to look at the market, right? In this video, I'm going to talk about divergence. We're also going to talk about trade zones and also Fibonacci levels and see how they would work, right? These are all part of my video course. It's $99 one-time payment. You get 7 hours. I teach you how to draw my trade zones. I teach you how to trade divergence, draw Fibonacci levels, what to look for, how to trade them, and also the waterfall. But you also get the S&P Emini weekly trade zones that I update. Those are the bigger levels that I update every single weekend. It's a one-time payment. That's it. But let's kind of jump in and see what opportunities there were. So when I came in the morning, and these are the levels I kind of had, right? I just kind of drew these intraday ones. I do them every single morning. And I'm looking for, okay, we'll call them more resistant levels, right? Swing highs, swing lows, where I think price may stop, right? I don't draw them at every single one. They're just significant ones that as I watch a market, I watch how price reacts every day around those levels. So let's kind of zoom in, and this is 6 a.m. I'm in Las Vegas, so the market opens at 6:30 my time. I have a level down below, so this is the overnight low. So I'm going to be like, hey, if the market comes down here, I'll probably look for a potential trade, maybe do a double bottom, see if it'll kind of bounce on the first test. And also we have this big head and shoulders. Maybe price comes back up. Where would maybe potential levels be or act as a resistance, right? So as price goes on, okay, so the market opens right here and price is kind of trying to push lower, can't get below these lows. So that's telling me, okay, hey, we're making higher highs and higher lows, right? Well, right here, we take out the lows right here, right? This prior low, because we were making higher highs, higher lows. We actually take out more of this structure, but then we have this massive rally right around 7 a.m., right before a news event. News comes in, okay, and we now have levels we could look at, right? We have a trade zone up here, and I see kind of like, okay, we're making higher lows. Is there a trade that I could look for? Well, this is where I'm going to start looking as we're making highs. Are there divergences? Not really. We could see we're making higher lows, or sorry, higher highs, even on the MACD and also the stochastic. Here we have a little bit of divergence, but nothing too crazy. But I see us starting to roll over, lots of wicks. So I'm going to grab my Fibonacci tool. I'm going to grab and I'm going to look for my 61 to 75% pullback. Somewhere within this range is where I'm going to look for a potential trade. I also teach you how to do this in my video course and all that, but let's see what price does, right? Because I see essentially we're just kind of, the market's very clean right now, right? Maybe we pull back, come up, and then go higher, something like that. So I'd be looking for a buy, and I probably would look for a buy right around these prior highs, right? We kind of break out, and this is where we break out from, churn, bounce around, come back up. So let's see what price would, what price does, right? So it comes down, okay, it would have filled us, but my stop would have been below this prior low, never would have gotten stopped out, Okay, it came close, but we never got stopped out because if we took out the slow, the whole structure of the market would have flipped, right? And then price, so I took some heat, and then price would have rallied from there, right? And price churns, and guess what? Price makes new highs. So we're still intact, right? Higher highs, higher lows. So we would have had one good trade for however much, right? So that trade would have worked out. Let's clean this up. Okay, now as we're going up, is there any type of divergence, anything? Not that I'm seeing yet until we get here. Look at this, okay? And this is something really, really important that I want you guys to understand is the reason I draw these trade zones is I look for divergence, right? In these trade zones. That is where the gold is, right? Because when you actually draw mark off levels of support, resistance, supply or demand, things like that, you will learn when to do them, when not to, because your odds of probability of the trade working out in our edge is waiting for these levels. So right here, we see we make a high. I'd be watching my reverse waterfall. Again, I teach this in the video course, what the waterfall and reverse waterfall is. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, right? Higher lows. And we take out the low right here. I would put an order in, okay, to get short here, okay, or I would wait for the kickback, okay, so for maybe price fall and then come back. But let's say we just took the trade here, our stop would have gone above this high, and let's see what happens. And look at that, the price falls. We would have gotten a couple points on this trade, probably jump out, trade's over, move on, okay? And look at the divergence that we had down here on our fast stochastics. So far, we'd be 2 for 2 according to all the rules, right? Now, we took out this low right here, okay? So now the market might go lower, so I'd be watching for a Fibonacci pullback. Okay, so once I see, okay, hey, maybe I'd look for this maybe 39 or 40 level somewhere inside this zone for our next trade setup, because I know market has to break this structure, but everything seemed very bullish with the market. And so price kind of goes, churns, goes up, makes a new high. We churn, and at this, probably way back here, once we made new highs, I would say, okay, this trade is no longer valid because we made new highs. But when I start to see this, I'm like, okay, let's go from this low all the way up to this high and look for a trade, right? Just kind of this bigger move of Fibonacci. So I would probably be looking somewhere right around this 42 to 40 level. Okay, we also have a nice supply zone right here. This is a very clean supply, nice big move higher. I'd be watching for something over here to get long. And again, my stop would be below the 100%, but I'd be looking for probably new highs to get maybe a 2 to 1, or you could look for the 38% as your first target, right? So price comes down, boom, look at this. We touch, right? Once I saw these touches, okay, hey, what's the market doing? But then here, look at this. We actually have a divergence going on here, right? As we're making a double bottom here, we actually have divergence here. And what's price do? Move higher. But this is our buy zone, right? 61 to 75. If you want, you could have been patient or just move on. But guess what? That trade will have worked. Come back, take a little heat, but again, maybe we're looking for new highs on this trade. Comes back, dips below, and here we go all the way back up. Okay, and so that trade, I probably would say, hey, let me take profits off once I see kind of it struggling up here, something like that, or even this 38. So far we would have been, what, 3 for 3 on the day. Now, the most important thing, we got to be patient, right? So now, if we kind of look at this market, I'd be like, hey, this looks like a big bull flag kind of going on, right? So we have the flag here. Okay, now I'd be looking at something like this and go, hey, let me grab my Fibonacci extension and go from the low of this flag to the highs and then back down, and let's see where our levels are. Okay, and let's see if things match up. We see a 618 and the 200 on this. So as price moves or time goes, right? Price finally breaks out, blows through, and look at that. I can't make this up. You just saw me, right? From that low to this high, and we went right to the 200, right into our trade zone. I would probably taken this somewhere up in this zone because I'd say, hey, look, the 200 usually works pretty well. And once I saw this real powerful trading, I would have jumped in. I would say, hey, let me take this because that's where the target is. And here we go, pull back. So those were the trades that kind of were available today. Hopefully this kind of works. After this, the market just really started to trend higher, but look at the zones, right? Go up to the zone, pull back, go up to the zone, pull back, go up to the zone, pull back, right? And these are just trade zones I draw every morning. I teach you how to draw them. Again, if you want to check out the course, $99, that's a one-time payment, lifetime access, and you'll also get the weekly S&P Emini futures. So hopefully this video kind of helps with how to kind of look at trades in the markets. It's about being patient and drawing your levels and waiting for the trade setups to get to your levels. And if you miss it, that's fine. Move on. But as always, thanks for watching, and we'll talk to you soon.